Another question for you, James. Have you seen any material adverse change clauses related to Covid and Brexit, and how easy are these to negotiate?
We've certainly seen. I mentioned the negotiations we've had around force majeure, and I would put material adverse change MAC clauses into the same sort of category of it has to be an honest conversation with the supplier, speaking from a customer's perspective here, to say we can't just accept a clause without it's going to give relief from events that we know full well are happening. So by now we all know that Brexit is happening. There is a very real possibility it's going to be a hard Brexit. We all know that COVID has caused huge disruption to supply chains. There is, as Nick said, a very real possibility that there'll be a second wave and we could go back into some sort of national lockdown. Other countries involved in the supply chain could also go into that second full lockdown. So it is not fair, I don't think, to expect a customer to accept a clause which gives relief in those circumstances, including a MAC clause, without also detailing how they should take steps to avoid the impact. I think that's really crucial. So putting the other shoes on, as a supplier, you don't want to sign a contract that you know you're not going to be able to fulfil if something that is on the horizon happens. So I think it is that honest conversation, and it's one that we've been having on contracts we've been working on, of getting out on the table, actually, what are the potential impacts? What are you going to do to avoid them? Things become really relevant, like in a force majeure clause, the priority clause of saying, look, when the force majeure event abates, when you mitigate, when you get yourself out the other end, we want to be first in the queue to receive the products when they come through. That is not an unreasonable ask in a commercial negotiation. Obviously, if everyone asks it, it becomes hard for the supplier to agree it. But if you can get that, it at least gives you some comfort that actually when the supplier overcomes the force majeure event, you're going to be at the head of the queue and you're going to be not waiting for your competitors to get their supply before you take yours.
That's a very good point you raised there, James.